If you want to know how to be cool, keep watching.
Yeah. I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, what's happening? My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Okay, today I'm talking about how to be cool. Some of these ideas are from this book, How to Be Cool. Okay, what I want to mention briefly is the 9 defining qualities of being cool. Let me just pull that up real quick, and then I'll get into it. Okay, style, rebellion, recklessness, rootlessness, promiscuity, celibacy, self-expression, flamboyance, austerity, taciturnity, eloquence, emotional self-control. So, style, you're physically coordinated, you know how to dress. Rebellion, you question authority. Recklessness, you value present pleasure over future health. Rootlessness, you travel a lot. Promiscuity, celibacy. The point is you're not into the whole monogamous commitment thing. Self-expression, you're an artist. Flamboyance, austerity, either will do. Taciturnity, eloquence, you make words count. Emotional self-control, you're pretty relaxed, you rarely lose it. Okay, so there's a combination of style and emotional composure that creates this cool. And there's many characters that this book breaks down, which is very powerful, like Lord Byron and William Blake and Billie Holiday and Marlon Brando. But all of these characters, I noticed, are unconventional. Okay, they're eccentric. They're sigma males or sigma females. They're sultry. They reply and retort answers back in such a way. Okay, so I believe one of the women were asked in this book, "Would you like to smoke?" And she responded, "I'd like you to burn." You're probably listening to that going, what? It is this powerful mechanism, but when you can tap into this energy, you understand that how much of an impact, the counterculture has, or, somebody who comes along and creates a new idea, or is a trailblazer, or a trendsetter in some way, it sets them apart from others. Okay? Another great example is, on the bikers front, I think it was Marlon Brando. What are you rebelling against, right? That was the question that he was asked, and he just responded, "What do you got?" Okay? So that's the attitude that I want you to slowly start to embody from this. Cool can't be defined, okay? Because it's constantly changing because culture is changing. But it's according to, if you have these 9 defining qualities and you understand some idols or role models that you have in mind that are cool, quote unquote, not popular, okay? Cool is not always popular. Cool can sometimes be infamous. Okay, understand that some people think that, some mob boss syndicate is cool, but not necessarily, famous. They're infamous, but maybe they have some quirks or personality characteristics that people like in them. Maybe the ability to, take care of a family, like a syndicate, like an organization, and examples like this, right? So, in my personal definition, this kind of cool comes from balancing this indifference with a sense of being playfully unsatisfied, not being like everybody else, basically, right? So if you were to play social media game to be cool, people were doing it way back in the day, of actually creating their own archetypes and characters and portraying themselves how they wanted to be portrayed, right? A lot of celebrities do that. They get into the press and they portray themselves how they want to be portrayed. Maybe they'll do a publicity stunt or something along those lines, right? So really start to understand that cool is a mirage, right? It's an image, it's a perception. It's what we perceive as cool. Cool is in the eye of the beholder, in a sense, just like beauty is, right? So understand what is cool to you is not cool to somebody else, but maybe you're not part of the same counterculture or subculture or culture, okay? So really start to understand this is a cultural thing, right? And it's dependent on the different kinds of cool, right? There's punk cool, there's yuppie cool, there's hip-hop cool, there's geek cool, right? There's different levels of cool, and when we mix it all into one melting pot and say this is what cool is, we can't, because it's undefinable. It is an ephemeral concept. It's like flow state, in a sense, where you can't really put your finger on it, but you can skirt around the edges of it and try to create a framework so big enough that you can actually find a way to emphasize it and embody it, right? This is what my work is doing. This is what Flow Genome Project's work is doing. The art historian Robert Ferris Thompson had a theory that its true origin was a quality called itutu. This was a blend of cool-headedness, playfulness, and generosity, and it's developed by the Yoruba and Igbo people of West Africa. In an interview, if you're cool, you're not going to answer the questions like interview mode. Okay? Hey, where are you from? I'm from Arizona. You know, I come from a small little hut. I grew up in the beaches. Right? It just wouldn't be exactly what it is, right? Hey, where are you from? I would either respond, 1, I can't tell you that. 2, outer space. 3, guess. 4, where are you from? You first. Or if I really trust them, I would tell them where I'm from, but it's like I wouldn't say exactly where I'm from. Let's say, for example, if I'm from, Canada, I'd say, where Drake's from, or something along those lines. Right? It wouldn't be straightforward. That's the thing. It's not clear-cut and concise. Cool has an air of mystery around it. Okay, it has a very invisible quality to it. Okay, so Jackson Pollock, he was asked, hey, have you ever worked from nature before for your paintings? And guess what he said? He said, I am nature. There needs to be like a list of cool responses, just like cool comebacks and cool retorts, that needs to just be a book by itself. You know what I mean? Like the coolest retorts on the planet. And just like being able to download that into your vocabulary in some way. I think that would be really cool, in my own opinion. But yeah, this austerity, this kind of vagueness, this nonchalance, this kind of ability to just like not take things so seriously, but you're still taking your craft seriously. It's very powerful, and we've seen it time and time again. These people are coming into the scene, and they are the ones who are the trailblazers, right? So they're the ones that are sparking the new path of the new road that's happening. And I think that that's what makes you cool, is you're not following everybody else, right? You're just kind of, you've established that this is my own internal world, this is how I'm experiencing things, and I'm going to share that with everybody around me. And that's also a very powerful leadership quality, when you can do it in such a way that's not forced, it's not unpleasant. It just creates this love, this aura, right? This aura of eloquence, and it's like you care about the craft, you don't care about the opinions. You get what I'm saying? Like that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from reading this book. It's like I don't care about what people say to it, I just care about how I refine it and how I make it better, and what I bring to it. And again, of course, there is this, idea of like going off the deep end. For a lot of these people, they were like alcoholics, or maybe they had a compulsive habit of some sort. But I think that's because they're trying to escape that feeling of the internal world by creating. They have such a powerful mental world and a creative world that imagination can swallow them up. I think their fantasies and imagination swallow them up, and that's one of the reasons. And also, of course, the artistic ego takes over and kind of incapacitates a lot of these geniuses, or quote-unquote, cool people. So, again, that's just my idea of it. There's a level of danger to it as well, I think. But yeah, that's just my outside eye. That's just my inquisitive, observational stance on this. I hope this helped you out today. Have an incredible day. Let me know what you think in the comments, alright? About what's cool to you. And may the flow be with you. Stay legendary. See you guys later. Bye.